The following clip is taken from my Week in Stupid, which I showed it on my previous channel, but I want you guys to see it again so we can have a little bit of commentary about it. So, enjoy.
Hey! Wait, am I lagging? Is my avatar thingy, my camera lagging? Oh no, it's okay. That was just for a moment. I don't know if normally, before you show up here, maybe you get an opening sequence or something like that? But maybe they, I don't know, I really don't remember. I don't remember anything besides, you know, well, ref things. Is it still lagging? Oh yeah? Is it, wait, am I lagging or is the stream lagging? We need to make a big difference there. This is fine now, okay. Okay, I think just for a moment, I was lagging, but okay, whatever. Let's hope for the best. So, there's one cool feature for the people who don't know Diablo 2, but also for the people who do know Diablo 2. When you look at this now, I gotta be honest, at first I was like, what changed? Because this is exactly how I remember it from 3 million years ago. This is exactly what it looked like to me. I don't see a difference. But then you press G, and you see how it really looked like. This is so weird. This is such a weird phenomenon, I think, that you get with old games. You see an updated version of the graphics, and you're like, this is exactly how it looked like to me back then. It looked so high definition to me. Oh, I remember her butt! Oh yes, I remember her butt like that! Yeah, her butt looked like... yeah. I remember those legs! Oh, maybe that's why I like legs so much and thighs. Well... it's all covered up in it! No! They covered up her butt! What? Do you see this? Enhance. I wish I could enhance right now.
Did someone say enhance?
Hold it. Run that back.
Wait a minute. Go right.
There, freeze that.
Full screen.
Okay, freeze that.
Tighten up on that wheel.
Vector in on that guy by the back wheel.
Zoom in right here on this spot.
With the right equipment, the image could be enlarged and sharpened.
What's that?
It's an enhancement program.
Can you clear that up any?
I don't know. Let's enhance it.
Enhance section A6.
I enhanced the detail, and... I think there's enough to enhance. Release it to my screen.
I enhanced the reflection in her eye.
Let's run this through video enhancement.
Edgar, can you enhance this?
Hang on.
I've been working on this reflection.
Someone's reflection.
Reflection.
There's a reflection of the man's face.
The reflection.
There's a reflection.
Zoom in on the mirror.
You can see a reflection. Can you enhance the image from here?
Can you enhance him right here?
Can you enhance it?
Can you enhance it?
Can we enhance this?
Can you enhance it?
Hold on a second, I'll enhance.
Zoom in on the door.
Times 10.
Zoom. Move in.
More.
Wait, stop.
Stop. Pause it.
Rotate us 75 degrees around the vertical, please.
Stop. Go back to the part about the door.
So in order to understand why this is happening, you need to understand the concept of inclusion, which doesn't mean what you think it means. Inclusion means that a product should be open to everyone, which is why everyone supports the idea of inclusion. Like, who wouldn't want more people to partake into your hobby? Especially who wouldn't want beautiful women to partake into your hobby? But the progressives have a different mindset of what inclusion means. For them, inclusion is tied to equity. So if a hobby like gaming doesn't have 50% men and 50% women, then the only reason for that is due to sexism. And it's because the game is not inclusive. Which means that there are certain things within the game that are offending and ostracizing the category of people that is being excluded. And in order to fix this, they use stereotypes and prejudice, which means that according to them, stereotypically, women do not like to see other women that look like beauty models in video games. And I'm sorry that I talk so slowly, but it's very difficult for my brain to process this high level of stupidity in order for me to translate this dumb ideology to you. but I need to explain so that people can understand what the censors think when they're censoring. And they are censoring, because I did speak with artists who actually did work at Blizzard. And if you look at the art style, especially of Diablo 4, and many of the things that Blizzard is saying right now, you will notice that there is this push in order to, I suppose, hide sexuality, to come up with a different art style that, according to them, is stereotypically more friendly for women. Now, their ideology is not rooted in reality. They do not have any survey or poll which would show that women do not like to see gorgeous female characters in video games, or how they call it, traditional beauty standards. They just assume that that is the case. And I gotta say that I completely disagree with this take, because I would rather play a game that has beautiful men in it that are looking more like Greek statues than a game that would have men looking more like how Christians depicted humans, if you know what I mean. I mean, it's two complete different art styles, but I, as a man, would rather enjoy looking at something like this than something like this, even though they're both art and they're both depicting different things. One is more pleasant to the retina than the other. And again, the critical theorist mindset, the censorious mindset, does not take this into account. They just use stereotypes and ideology. And the problem of using ideology, I suppose, is that once a person starts advocating for said ideology, and it can have bad effects, such as ruining a business because it's ostracizing people from that business, it's very difficult for them to admit that they were wrong and then conclude that their ideology has left to the company losing money, because they might get fired. So their only solution is to double down. And this explains why you have this level of censorship within video games. And yes, it did start with Anita Sarkeesian, although she was more like a mascot rather than the actual person doing it. It's the team of people behind her and the like-minded people working in video game journalism and the mainstream media, which collaborated together in order to make this change happen. To the point where you have a famous VTuber bewildered, just like many people, like, why did they censor something that did not require to be censored in the first place? The fact that the initial Amazon character was showing skin didn't cause people to not play Diablo. In fact, when Diablo came out, the thing which caused people potentially not to play it was the violence. Like, I tried to get one of my girlfriends at the time into the game, and she just didn't like the violent nature of it. She didn't like the blood and the gore. And secondly, it's the religious aspect. Like, even though I am aware that the topic of the game is to hunt down Diablo, the game uses magic, and it's got like things like zombies and other, I guess, heretical iconography, which at the time of Diablo 2 release would get a lot of Christian parents to not buy the game for their children. But again, like, this would actually require for you to have some outreach to understand what your customer wants, and this is not the job of the critical theorist. The job of the critical theorist is to criticize the medium in order to destabilize the medium. Like, the criticism doesn't have to be accurate or coming from a pure intention. The criticism is just supposed to create chaos and confusion so that the company then hires critical theorists within its ranks so that they can work on achieving the equity that I talked about in the beginning. And until you're going to get every single video game having the same representation of 50% men and 50% women, then the game is not equitable, which means that the game is sexist because it's ostracizing and not inclusive enough. So you're going to just have this doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down, until eventually the product is unrecognizable from what it used to be. And yeah, this is, I think, a little bit more explanatory of what is happening. And I'm really glad that a VTuber has pointed it out, because I knew other girls who also like Diablo and found it very cringe-inducing. The fact that the developers are constantly censoring things that should not be censored. And it goes the same with World of Warcraft and other Blizzard products, where they're going out of their way, acting pretty much like the police of vice and virtue from the Middle East, trying to cover up characters and desexualize characters by portraying them with smaller breasts, and trying to make women a little bit more androgynous by giving them broad shoulders, strong jawlines, and that type of nonsense. And again, like, I know the artists in the company that are told to censor. They're actually told, yeah, we find that your art style is kind of immature, and this is not the direction we're going on, blah, 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 corporate speak, corporate speak, corporate speak. And this is why you occasionally get people on Twitter doing artwork for free that looks better than professional artwork coming from developers or comic book artists. So yeah, hopefully this was a little bit knowledgeable. Hopefully you guys got a little bit of a laugh, and as well as understood a little bit more about what happened in gaming. And I think I'll make another video sometime explaining the critical theory strategy of Anita Sarkeesian and why she was so successful. And again, like, she's not it. I mean, she's the figurehead, okay? She's the idol, but there were an entire concentrated weapon behind her from the academia and game journalists and the mainstream media in order to have this push to infiltrate gaming. And that's something that's worth discussing. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll be live streaming right after this. If you hop over to my live streams channel, link is in the pinned comment in the description. You're going to see me there, and we can have an interesting conversation about some other topics. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you guys there.